Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome back. My name is Stuart. The channel is Stuarts and Stitches. Today is Sunday the 15th. No, it's not. It is Sunday the 9th of March. Yes, it is Sunday the 9th of March, and this is Flosstube number 15. That's where 15 came from. This is probably a surprise to you all, seeing how I recorded and uploaded last week. I was going to leave it for 3 weeks because I'll have the Scottish Stitching Retreat next week, and then I was going to record the week after that, but I felt that might be too long and I'd forget things or I'd have too much to rumble through. So I think this makes life easier for me and probably a wee bit of entertainment for yourselves on a Sunday morning. So here I am, 1 week later. There is stitching to show, which is good. Temperature stitching has been progressing. A whip I've been working on, I've made great progress on, and all will be revealed as we work through the show. The show. What show? So welcome back to my faithful followers who join me every week or every time I upload. Thank you for your continued support. I really do appreciate that. It makes it worthwhile doing these videos. To anyone who has stumbled across me through the joys of the YouTube algorithm, welcome. I hope you enjoy what I show. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. I generally upload every 2 weeks, and I have a wide variety of whips to share with you, ranging from full coverage to samplers to everything in between, smalls, fancy ladies, you name it, I'll give it a go. I just like stitching. Very much a process stitcher. If I get a finish, that's always a bonus, but I just love the process of stitching, and I stitch on a wide variety of projects. If you want to get in touch with me at all, you can comment down below. That's always good. I love the comments. To those who commented in my last video, thank you very much. I enjoyed working through all of those. Some of you have answered with, if you've asked questions, I think I've caught them and answered them in the commentary. Those who have shared the whips you're working on, thank you again for that. I love seeing that. It always sends me scurrying off to the interweb to have a look and see if there's a piece I don't recognise, all sorts of goodies you're working on. Please do continue dropping that into the comments, what you're working on while you're watching. I enjoy that, and it always gives me ideas and inspirations. So thank you for that. You can email me if you want to as well on stuartsandstitches@gmail.com, and I'm on Instagram. I generally post there most days, usually my temperature stitching and what my main project is for the day as well. Again, the handle on there is Stuarts and Stitches. These links will be in the comments below. So, without further ado, let's move on. Trusty diary to hand. I've been stitching every day this past week. If you can read the scrawl that passes as my writing. I must change the pen actually, it's getting a wee bit bitty as it writes. Bitty, there's a blast from the past if those of you who've watched Little Britain, but we won't go into that. So, temperature stitching this week, we covered Santa's House, History of Chocolate, Pretty, and Fall Fairy. So, let's get showing all of these so we see what I'm talking about. So, Santa's House came out 2 days. This is a piece by, as he reaches for it, come here, by Cottage Garden Samplings. It's from their Fabulous House series. It was the first one. As I have said before, and I will keep saying, these are deceptive in their size. You pick this up and you think, oh, this won't take long, these are nice. So one part of that statement is correct, they are nice. The other part, not so much. Here's what it's going to be when it's finished. It's a really nice design, I'm very happy with it. And I have been working up, I'm up here just now in the roof area. This came out twice for temperature stitching, I think. Santa's House, yes, and it got, let's see if I can do the math in my head, the arithmetic, 225 stitches over 2 days. And here's where we are. So it's looking quite good, I'm very pleased with it. So I did the edges round that bit there. Did this wee bit of what looks like grey, which I think that's one of the fancy flosses that's in it. Plymouth Rock from CCT, is that Classic Colourworks? So that's coming on, and I filled in these kind of dark red bits in there as well. So I'm really pleased how that's coming on. I love this temperature stitching just precisely for this. I'd pick this up, put 100 odd stitches in, and then put it away. and it's amazing how it mounts up to make the progress. So that's that one. Just let me attach the chart again. I don't want the chart and the stitching to get separated. The guddle that causes of my stitching nook, that would be disastrous. Alright, what's next? Oh, Fall Fairy. She was worked on yesterday. Got 100 odd stitches into this. I'm loving being back into the Dimensions world again. See attaching this around the edge. So as I've got something to hook onto my Q-snap. Game changer for me. Love it. So, Fall Fairy looks like that. And I am over this area. I started this all the time ago, see, as you can see, because I did a centre start. And I'm over in this part of the area. Normally nowadays I'd have started down there and just worked here, there and everywhere from that point. However, we're up here, nice bright colours, and I'll just show you where I am. Make sure I've got this oriented the right way. What would they do for it to be upside down, would it? I did a piece the other day there, and I was looking at it, and I was comparing to the chart, and trying. It'd been a long time since I'd worked on it. And I kept looking at it and I kept comparing to the chart and I thought, I don't have a clue where this is. And then it dawned on me, I was looking at it upside down. I thought, oh, twit. Once I turned it the right way around, all became clear. Anyway, here's where we are on this. This is a 16 count piece of Ada, some kind of dove grey colour I think it passes as. Stitching with the called for threads on over one square. It could be half stitch, full stitch, it could be 3, 4, 5, 2 strands. You know how dimension kits go, especially when you're in the Dimensions Gold world. And I worked up in this area here, filling in. I'm very pleased with how that's looking and turning out. I'm so pleased this is back out into, it's like a rotation into the temperature stitching. So once it's had its 10 goes in my temperature stitching, this may actually come out for a week of attention. Let's see how we get on with that. Now you may be saying 10 goes, what's he talking about? If you haven't heard my blurb on my temperature stitching. So what I do is I have 10 projects assigned to the numbers 0 to 9. I've explained this before, but we'll do it again just in case. Assigned 0 to 9, and each day, courtesy of the BBC Weather app, I look at the high for that day and take the last digit of it, or the digit if it is single digits. So at the moment we're kind of beginning to move slightly out of winter into spring, so that the odd double digit has appeared, and I just take the last digit of that, and that tells me what piece I'm putting 100 stitches into that day. So generally I put 100 stitches in or until the thread runs out, and then it goes away till it comes up again, and each piece will get 10 appearances, so it's going to get at least 1,000 stitches, and then I'll go away and I'll swap something else in. At the moment on my list, as he heads to find the list, we have A History of Chocolate Story Keep, we have Santa's Cottage, which you've just seen, Cardinal Kin from Plum Street, Pretty from a retired chart from Heaven and Earth Designs, My Naughty Stitching from Tom of Finland, Fall Fairy, which you've just seen, Supernatural, which was a stitch along from Witchy Stitcher a couple of years ago, AKGIT, a Verlanda sampler from Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery, What Lies Within, which is another story keep from Haid, and Catching Rays from not Charting Creations, the other one, Betsy, Cross Stitch Studio, which is my largest project at over 1 million stitches. Tawa from Bella Filipina was in, but she got 10 days, so that disappeared, and Fall Fairy replaced her. So, what's next in that? Look at the bag. What's in that bag? This one has got Pretty in it from Nanny Thomas. So let's have a look and see. I'll show you what this is going to look like when it's finished. I say when it's finished, this has been to go for a long time. Lots of grey in it, and I get fed up with grey. However, this is why it's in temperature stitching. It gets some attention. Excuse me. So, found it on my pattern keeper. Let's just show you the mock-up. There we are. There's what it's going to look like. Beautiful design. I like Nanny Thomas's artwork. And I'm busy working up here again. Oops, come back here. That wasn't meant to happen. This was started a long time ago. because I'm working up here an ungridded fabric. Both of these are not my happy place for full coverage these days. However, it's stitching and I still love it, so we'll keep going. And I think I'm just probably a bit along here now. I'm kind of coming into this light grey area, as you will see. And we are at, statistics-wise, for those who like the numbers, 13,044 stitches out of 270,000, giving me 4.83% complete. And what does that look like? That looks like a lot of grey, let's be honest. However, I think this is due to come out today, because I'm sure the high today I saw was 13, so this should get 100 odd stitches today at some point. Probably after this video, while it's uploading. It goes quite quickly this because it's not too confetti heavy at this point. So here's what it looks like. There we go. So this tree in the corner, these branches anyway, these have come out really well. I'm really pleased how that looks. Lovely wee butterfly on top of some flower there, and the head of another flower and some creeping in. And as you can see, we're working on the greys. So this week I finished off kind of that section there, and I'm going to start doing this on the diagonal. Now that I've got all that tidied up and finished off. At this point, going along here, is just many, many, many shades of grey. Whatever shades of grey DMC has, we're using in this. I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross. There we are. So that was that one. What else came out to play this week? Done Santa, Fall Fairy, we've done Pretty. Excuse me. There is more. One more. Sorry, I just leaned to the side to grab it. The diary made a bid for freedom there as well. Right, what did Pretty get this week? Where is she? 123, because I wanted to just fill that square in and it's to the side of it. So that was all done. And the last piece to show you is History of Chocolate Story Keep from Heaven and Earth Design. This is a Randall Spangler design, which I'm stitching on a skinny piece of 18 count. Well, it's not so skinny because I've got 2 story keeps on it, but it's a great way of using up the 18 count. Isn't it Kim that started me down this little rabbit hole? Kim is a Spartan Stitcher if you're interested in that. She has an Instagram. She does a wide variety of stitching. She is here on Flosstube as Kim Hollenbeck. I don't think you're under Spartan Stitcher on here, Kim. If you search either, I'm sure you'll find her. Well worth going to look. She has a wide variety of projects. Great fun. Please give her a look. A wee subscribe if you like. So what did this get? I'm doing the math again. 200. I'm doing math. I'm sounding very American. Doing the arithmetic. We're adding sums. We're not playing with algebra or anything. 211 stitches. Which looks like, well, you might want to see what the piece is going to look like ultimately. So you just saw a flash of a huge piece of 18 count Ada. Right, where are we? So this is Heaven and Earth Design. It is a super size one. So that's what he's going to come out like when he's finished. I'm down here and his feet. I'm just coming up into his belly. There's a wee bit, I've done a wee bit of his tail there. It's a Randall Spangler design. Great fun. If you like quirky dragons and things like that, then Randall Spangler's your man. Our little draglets, as they're called. Right, let's just get this into something that I can show you. Ooh, come here. Just grab hold of things before they flop over. Right, there we go. This isn't looking too bad. Right, here we are. Let's straighten up a wee bit. So as you can see, we've got some feety along the bottom, with that wee bit of tail with the bobbles on at the end. The ridges of his belly, and we're just working up. I love the detail in this. It's a Joy Super Size. You get a bit more detail on it. So this is 18 count Ada, 2/1. Stitching on the diagonal and parking, as you can see. Lots of part threads. But it's coming on really well. I'm enjoying it. But like I said at the start, I enjoy all my stitching. That's why there's so much. I'm getting old, my elbows creaking. I don't know what I've done kind of over there today. It's giving me jip this morning, that's for sure. Get some biofreeze and that later. Gillian, if you watch, thank you for that recommendation of biofreeze at the last retreat. It's been a godsend. Right, that's all the temperature stitching. Where are we? 15 minutes in, that's not bad. Right, next piece to show you is what I've worked on. I'm just going to put the diary away because I'm finished with that for the time being. Next piece I want to show you is what I've worked on this week primarily, which is another Dimensions Gold kit. Once I'd had the brainwave of stitching fabric around the edge, there was no holding me back. I don't think I need to bring this out. This is what it is. This is Winter's Hush, which I started way back in 2018, I think 7 years ago. It got put away because I got to the stage I couldn't actually. I was stitching it in hand downstairs, sitting on the couch. Then I kind of got to the point this is getting too fiddly. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle this, so I put it away. I never thought about it again until I had the brainwave of attaching fabric around the edges. Oh, that was a game changer certainly for this project. When I picked it up, I'd done up to about there, I think, and that kind of there. So I was starting from that point, and I'm now, as you will see, I've kind of managed to get over to about the halfway mark now, which I'm really pleased about. I was kind of the halfway mark here. I'd reached it. So I've managed to get all of these tree leaves done. That's confetti interesting, to say the least. So this is on the provided everything. 16 count fabric, and it's 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, and it could be half stitch, cross stitch, you name it, they've done it. So let's see what it looks like. I think this looks brilliant. I'm so pleased. So when I picked it up a couple of weeks ago, I was just there, and I'd probably done to there. So since then, I've filled in all of this, all the way along here, and I'm so pleased with how it's looking. There's where I was. That's where that wee ledge sticks out there, which isn't a ledge, it just looks like a ledge on here at the moment. I'd reached to there, along and up. So I've filled in all the way along there. So I think what I want to do is just take this, finish this to along there a bit, which is a good stopping point. It's had a couple of weeks, and it's time for it to go away and to pick up something else. But I love how it's coming out. I love the colours in the sky here, these trees. I haven't done any backstitch yet, but you still see a lot of detail. The thought of the backstitch is freaking me out a bit. I think probably before I move on to the second page, I should try and do some of the backstitch on this page. But I've really enjoyed working on this week. I'll always look forward to picking up my needle and getting into it. So there we go. Just see what you can see. So next time I show it, I'll hopefully have finished along here. I'll take it out of the Q-snap at that point, and you can see what's lurking down there. You're seeing most of what I've stitched already. So I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed Dimensions kits. I love this. Let me just put that away and put it past. I think that's a kind of Scottishism. I say that to Carl, so I'll just put it past, and he looks at me and says, "Past what? What are you talking about?" And the joys of marrying an English husband. They speak different down there. Right, what we got next? Looking at the list. Bags. We're looking at bags. So I trawled through the cupboard of doom to see what we could rescue from it. I pulled out a couple of things. I couldn't remember if one of them I know I haven't shown you, but I couldn't remember if I'd showed you the other one. So we'll do the other one first. The bag will give the clue to what lies within. This is one I made a few years ago for myself. That might give you a clue as to what's in here. So what have we got first off? There's two projects in here. First off, we have. This is still in this Q-snap. Oh no. Oh yes. Hang on, let's sort my bobbins out. There we go. So this is going to be the map of Middle Earth from Heaven and Earth Designs. When I find it. That's Tilton Crafts one. Where's Heaven and Earth one? It is on here because I know I've stitched it. There. Sorry about this. Talk among yourselves a minute or two. I know this chart. Yes, there it's. So mock up. That's what this one will look like in the fullness of time. Oh, I've been there. I pressed a button. There we go. This is retired now from Heaven and Earth. Michelle brought it back for one day a few years ago, and I was very lucky just to spot that, so I snaffled it. I'd have loved to get the larger version, but that's not been seen for many a year, sadly. And my start, this isn't a lot on here, but there we go. Well, get out of the way, cheeky beggars. So there we are, lettering's coming through really nicely. So that's looking good. So this is being stitched on. This will be 28 count fabric, and it is, what's this one being done on? I'm seeing 2 strands. This is 2 over 110 stitch. This is when I was exploring the concept of tent stitching, which I still do now and again, but I generally am a full cross boy. Turn it the right way so you can see what's going on here. There we go. So that's in there. I'm not sure, I can't remember if you've seen that before. If you have, I apologise, but it's worth seeing again. Who doesn't like a bit of Lord of the Rings? And the other piece that's in here hasn't been started yet. This is going to be back to our old friend Pattern Keeper. Well, I'll give you the stats on Middle Earth. It's always nice to have numbers. Go away. We have done 3,760 stitches out of 151,650, giving a total of 2.48%. So the other piece I have, there it's, I knew it wasn't too far away, is a Tilton Crafts piece. I was fortunate enough to see this finished at the Scottish Stitching Retreat by a friend who goes to that. She had worked on this and finished it and brought it, and I looked at that and I thought, oh, I want that. Dear me. It's not a black screen. There we are. It's the ring. One ring to rule them. Isn't that stunning? Oh, that top. No, that bit there's going to be a bit boring to stitch. However, that's when I'm kind of thinking, well, I really want to concentrate too much on my stitching. Let's just get into some block stitching here. But look at the ring. Doesn't it glow and gleam? So that's not even been started yet. In my bag, my trusty bag here, I have the fabric. What is this? It's a Zweigart something. All I've got on it's a 50 by 40 for one to rule them all. I don't know what count it is. I was expecting 32. That'll probably get changed out to 28. I'm not that mad. And I kitted this up with, I'm fairly sure this is, I'm sure this is Barb. Thread Geeks, Barb Heaton. So I have all the colours there, all kitted up in floss cards. Really, that's just ready to go. I don't know why I've not started that yet. Probably because I keep forgetting I've got it, and then I look in this bag and think, ooh. And then I put it away again, and then I look at it again and go, ooh. So I think that could be a start, but I'll change that fabric out. That fabric can be used for something else. Something like I don't know, a sampler or a small of some sort. It would do nicely for a plum street or something, maybe. It's fairly, it's kind of an off-white or antique white, that. Right. It's not too big, that piece, so it should work fine. So that's that one. I'll just close the bag up. Right, so because I wasn't sure if you'd seen that one, I thought I'll pull out another one, I thought to myself. So, in one of my bags, this is I think this is Tim Holt fabric, so it's a bit, I don't know how you describe it, but I like the style of that. And front, vinyl fronted. So what have I got in this? This is my, what's the word I want to look for? Santa Kaleidoscope or Santa, no, I don't know, Santa Mix. It all will become clear in a minute. So I bought at some point, I think it was Mary Perkins that told me about this. Davos, 18 count Davos or Davosa, I can't quite remember the name of it now. It's 18. It's not Ada. It's a nice soft cloth. That's kind of what we're looking at. So it's long, as you can see. So what do I mean by Santa? Well, in the four corners, I'm going to do Prairie Schooler Santas. And then in the middle, I'm planning to do 2 lavender lace Santas. And then in the gap between the Santas at the top and bottom, I'm probably going to do some more Prairie Schooler things like there's a Santa sleigh one that would fit in that gap, as you'll see the gap I'm talking about in a minute. And the same up at the top. And I think that'll be a lovely Christmas one eventually. Eventually being the key word. So there's the first Santa. I can't remember which one that was. I think that was 2022 possibly. And then that's the second Santa at the bottom. I love these Prairie Schooler Santas, they're so cute. I've just seen the latest one that came out at Market. That's going to be a must-have. So there's those two. I think I was stitching these while watching... What was it we were watching? I think it was Superman, Batman. I think it was a director's cut, so it was a lengthy film. Carol does like a long film, I tend to fall asleep. I have been known to be nudged in the cinema for snoring. I see I was just breathing heavily while I was examining the inside of my eyelids. And then in the middle is going to be, I'll show you that in a minute, I'll show you the charts. In the middle, what's in the middle you might ask? So the one I'm working on is that Santa. So that'll go at one side. And then looking at him from the other side, looking in the mirror, although a different setup, is that Santa. So they look towards each other. So these are both lavender and lace. I love lavender and lace designs. That Santa's called Gift of Peace. The other one is called something. Pulling this out. The Spirit of Christmas. I do love lavender and lace designs. All of these, the angels, all that kind of good stuff. So I've started the Spirit of Peace one, and here's where he's. Just fold that over a bit. Here's where he's at now. So this hasn't been out to play for a long time, but it really should come back out. I think I'll get fed up with this cloud down here. And because it's not in Pattern Keeper, the confetti in that cloud is... I think I got too used to Pattern Keeper and I've forgotten how to really count the confetti out. No, I'm pleased with how that's looking. This may inspire me to get it back in a frame again. So that's that. I'll just put that away. Back in the bag it goes. In other bag news, what else have I been doing? I'm making bags because, as you know, I'm going to the Scottish retreat. This time next weekend will be Sunday. Sadly, the last day off it, but I'm sure we'll have had a thrilling, fun weekend of stitching and catching up. New friends, old friends, all the friends in between. And Donna, the organisers, kindly let me make bags to take along to sell at the retreat. So I thought I'd just show you a couple I've made this week. A nice, cheerful, summery looking one. All those lovely yellows and bright colours. That's full fabric, fully lined, zipped, and the zip works. Isn't that a good thing? Just to prove it, that's it opened. Nice calico lining. And then I was playing with my glittery vinyl. I don't know if the glitter will show. You can see it against the dark fabric just. So this is my vinyl fronted bag with some lovely gnome fabric. There's the gnomes. Aren't they fun? And that's the front again. Again, we have a zip that works. Always a bonus. Just opens up. So we're projecting goodies in there. So they will make an appearance next week, and hopefully I won't be bringing them home. What else is there to talk about? Well, I've done a couple of other things this week as well that are not cross-stitch. I also crochet and I knit to various levels of middle skill, however you want to call it. So I thought I'd show you my crochet first. This won't take long, so don't panic. A couple of weeks ago or so, I showed you one. I was thinking of starting from the snake oil strumpet, Cowboys and Aliens mosaic crochet. So I have started this. I've now completed this first band along the bottom after a couple of false starts, as I reminded myself, okay, how does this actually work again? I think my main challenge was trying to work out what was the main colour and what was the background. And so once I sussed that out, we cracked on. And it now looks like, it's a long one, this is going to be huge. We have, there's stitch markers there, it's 5 pages long, so there's a stitch marker at the end of every page. So there we go, a ray gun at the moment is what the first parts are, the first part at the bottom is, and whatever's coming out of it. As you can see, it is a lengthy thing, but it does go quick. You're only doing double crochet and single crochet stitches. And each row is only one colour. It's amazing how it works out. I love it. So I'll keep you updated in the progress with that if you're interested in that. That came from the most marvellously named designer, the Snake Oil Strumpet. I love it. Every time I see that name, I just have a chuckle. The other thing I'm having a shot at is colourwork knitting. I'd say Fair Isle. I'm not quite sure this would qualify as Fair Isle, but it's stranded colourwork and a sock. This is a freebie from Arnie and Carlos last Christmas. Their Christmas stocking. There are various errors here and there, but I'm getting the gist of what I'm doing. You'd think I would know how to do an increase in the sock when it's a toe-up one, and I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, I sort of know how to do an increase, sort of being the key part of that sentence. However, here we are. I'm doing this in Magic Loop version, just using Stylecraft double knitting yarn. So there is actually a pattern developing. We won't look at this too closely. There are mistakes. It's anything but symmetrical. But we're getting there. We've made a good start. I'm very pleased how that's turning out. And because I can do continental knitting as well as English knitting, so one with the left hand, one with the right hand, I can hold the two strands separately and work with them that way, which makes such a difference. It's a bit slow because I'm still getting used to doing that, but it does stop. I don't have the tangle of wool as when I'm trying to work from them both from the one hand. So I'm enjoying that. So there we go. That's another thing I've been working on. We're at 34 minutes. So put that away. What else is there? I'm just looking at my little list here. The retreat. The retreat. So as I said, next week we're off to Castle Carey for the Scottish Stitching Retreat. Castle Carey in Cumbernauld, which is the central belt of Scotland. We'll get there on the Friday through to Sunday. It's always good fun. If you're interested in this at all, even just to follow along and see what shenanigans we might get up to, people are always posting in the group. It is called Scottish Stitching Retreat on Facebook, so if you're interested in that, and if you're interested in coming along to attend one of the future retreats, then join. Donna always keeps us put up to date with what's coming up for the retreats. So we have this one in March, we have another one in November, which tends to be the normal pattern. We do have a day retreat in the middle of August this year as well, at the Castle Carey. So that's something to look forward to in the middle of the year. So I always enjoy these retreats. I've been going to them since they started. I think I've only missed one. But other than that, I've been to every one since then. They started in January 2018. And I've been going strong ever since. Great fun, love it. Great bunch of people. And it's always fun to spend time there. Looking forward to that very much. You'll gather I like it from all that blurb. I think that's all I have to share with you. Plans. What am I going to do? I want to finish off that. I'm busy looking at my Dimensions piece sitting next to me. I'm going to finish that off. That bit I talked about, showed you, and then I think I really need to get back to. I'm looking over my shoulder to where it's lurking on my Millennium stand. Well, my Neil Needs stand, I should say. I need to get back to Sirens, the Blackwater Sirens stitch along from Drin at Bella Filipina. That needs to come out to play. Get caught up. I'm still only on part 2. Oh, no rush. I knew when I signed up to this I wouldn't keep up, and that's fine. I just enjoy stitching his pieces. There's a couple of other things I need to start this month. I'm thinking of picking up this month as well as the month goes on. Dana at Half Stitch Cross Stitch made mention of picking up a chatelaine towards the end of the month. I thought, oh, I could pick up my Poison Garden Mandala, which I haven't shown you yet. I think I'll try and show you that in my next video from Chatelaine. And the other thing was oh yes, Kenny Stitches had mentioned that him and Willet Stitch, or he and Willet Stitch rather, were going to be doing mermaids later this month, and I thought that might be a good chance for me to start Aphrodite from Bella Filipina, which I showed you 2 or 3 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 videos ago I should say, which I have all kitted up. It's all ready to go, it's just never been started, and that might be a good start, a good point to start that. So those are in my mind as planned. Temperature stitching, of course, will continue. Oh, I've got Haul. What am I talking about? Haul? I've forgotten about Haul because I'm in this stash band just now, which you'll know about from my previous videos. But I still get bits and pieces. I'm in a couple of Fabric of the Month clubs, so one of them I've got here to show you. This is from Sparklies. So I was looking down thinking, why are these sitting in front of me? This is from Sparklies, and I've switched now to Opal for both my Fabrics of the Month. I felt I needed some opalescent fabric in my life. So I've got my first one from Kate at Sparklies. It's the January-February one. It's lovely. Very pleased. I don't know if you'll see the opalescent on it. Oh, you do. Well, I can see it in the camera. Let's hope that translates when you watch it. So there we go. Lovely piece. I'm sure I can find a fancy lady to put in this. So I'm very pleased with that, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. My other Fabric of the Month club is Crafty Kate, Fabrics by Crafty Kate, and she very kindly let me switch over to it as well. So my next piece from her, which will be coming, I've just paid for this month's one, so that should hopefully turn up towards the end of the month. Both the fabric dyers are very good at to get your fabrics out in time or keeping you posted on what's going on. Now the other one, this does not breach the stash ban. My rules. So a company called, how do you say, Povraturia reached out to me on Instagram very kindly and said, would I be interested in getting a couple of the wee kits to try out and see what they look like and just show them on my social media? And I said, oh yes, please, that would be very nice. Being in the stash ban, I'm desperate to get something new come through the door. I never had no idea I was so dependent, like an addict. So that was lovely. So they got that all sorted out to me. They let me order them off Amazon. They paid for that, and I chose 2 bookmarks. I'm feeling the bookmark urge at the moment. So 2 lovely bookmarks. I'm only going to untangle one of them to let you see it. I'll show you the pictures because the contents of both are very similar. So you can see one, you'll get the gist for the other. So these are they. I'll put a link to them if I remember to in the video, in the thing down below. So we've got Magic Raven and we've got Sun Dragon. Do these show? Do the words on this show the right way around to you? The moment to me they look reversed. I thought these were nice wee bookmarks to do. And you, as expected, you get everything you need. I'm taking this out. I remember taking these out to post on my Instagram, and it was interesting to get them back in. But for you, I will take them out again. So what do we get? So we get some general guidance on cross stitching, how to do your cross stitch. Is that the right way? No. Let's show it not so upside down, shall we? There we go. The other side I'm not going to show you because that's got the chart on it, and that would not be a good thing to do. You also, it's finished around the edges with buttonhole stitch, which I kind of sort of know how to do, but they do give you a very good guide on how to do it. There's a QR code there, which is not going to show you any charts, but it does show you where this has come from. So if you're interested, you can always scan that. So the instructions are very good, especially if you're kind of sort of newbie to cross stitch. This tells you everything you need to do to get you going. So you have 2 pieces of 16 count Aida and a needle. Because once you've stitched the bookmark on the Aida, you join the other piece of the Aida to it with that buttonhole stitch, and that makes your bookmark. And you get the threads all sorted onto the nice floss card. With the numbers, which I can't remember, I remember looking at this, I think the numbers all relate to the symbols. Now I look at the numbers thinking, what does that mean? Oh yes, because if I do that, yes, you can't see it and you shouldn't see. As you see, the symbols there have got their numbers above them, which then the numbers relate to the floss cards, so that makes life very easy. So it's me fine. So the other kit, apart from the change of design, is exactly the same. The content is the same. You get your 2 bits of Aida, you get your instructions, very clear instructions. You get your threads all organised, and you're good to go. So thank you very much for sending those to me. I was delighted to have those. And I think use my stash itch. Oh, I forgot to tell you, there was one thing that was on my stash ban list for come the 1st of June. Lynn, you might have been wondering why it was never mentioned, because I forgot to. Poltergeist, Glendon Place when Poltergeist Ghosts or Poltergeist Ship. It's the one that's the ship with all the ghosts on it. There's quite a few folk are doing that. My friend Lynn, who comes to the Scottish Stitching Retreat, she's working on that just now, and I saw it and I thought, oh, I want that. Because as always, the reality of seeing it stitched looks so much better than the picture. Anyway, I thought this was going to be a short video because it's only 1 week's worth of stitching, but I've still managed to ramble for 40 minutes. But that's always good, that's alright. So that's it for me today, so thank you very much. I'll be back in a fortnight. I'll tell you all the shenanigans from the retreat, all what I've been stitching on. One of the things this week is I need to work out what I'm taking to the retreat. That is an unknown at the moment, but there's another 5 days in this week to sort that problem out. Nice problem to have. So I shall have a rummage through my whips and see what's going to go with me. Again, please do feel free to reach out, Instagram, email, comments below. The email and Instagram will be in the show notes. And comments, please do feel free to drop a comment. Always enjoy seeing them. It's great engaging with you in the comment box. Love the community here. And as always, please do let me know what whips you're working on. Always interesting. Sends me off, as I say, to go to a wee look and see what they are when I don't recognise the name. Somebody was doing a Cloud Factory sal, which I looked at and I thought, oh, liking that. So that's in my mind now for a future start at some point, once the stash ban is lifted. And I think that's all I've got for you today, so I'll stop rabbiting and wish you happy stitching, and I'll be back with you in 2 weeks' time. Bye.